make sure you hit the thumbs up, that's a like. Then hit subscribe and hit that bell. And watch my whole video. Hey, I know the Easter holiday is quickly approaching, and many of you are looking for ideas on things to do on creating Easter egg designs for cards, posters, whatever. Well, I got a fantastic way that you can create this marbleizing effect on the iPad using Procreate. There are 3 different techniques that you can use to apply. So if you'd like to find out how to do them, you need to just watch. Okay, I'm going to show you some of the techniques that I use to get here. All right, first thing I want to show you, we're going to go to Adjustments. Let's open that up and make sure you are on the layer that you want to work on. We're going to choose Liquify. And the first thing we're going to do in Liquify is hit Push. Now when you go to Push, you can then suggest slightly the colors, which way to go, and you can actually push them, stretch them. I like trying to make wavy lines with them, but be careful when you push, because you don't want to push out of your original egg shape. Okay? I look at push as slight suggestions. Next thing, while you're still in push, that I really like, I like twirl right and twirl left, which is right next to push. Now these are all under Liquify. So let's say Liquify is our first technique. But once you hit twirl right, slightly hit it, you see how your colors are now whirling clockwise to the right. So if I hit twirl left, they will do the absolute opposite. But I love these techniques. They are so much fun. So if you ask me anything about Procreate and the iPad, I'm going to tell you, once you learn some of the different techniques, it's just fun. So much fun. And then there are a couple other things in here. I kind of like crystals. Now you can come here and move around with any of these other things, distortion or whatever. But crystals do just what you said, what they say. As you move around, you can see the little wave distortion. Now, the next thing that I want to show you, and we are also still back in Adjustments. Everything I'm going to show you today is going to be in Adjustments. Gaussian blur. Click that. Click layer. Now you want to slide, take your finger, come here, put pressure down, and slide it across. And you see how it's blurring. The more I go, the more it blurs. Bring my finger back. Depends how much blur you actually want. So by adding the blur, it lets your colors and your shapes and your lines meld together. This is fantastic. I really love it. So I'm going to deselect that and reselect it again. Next one that I use today, and this is the third little tip, motion blur. I'll also hit layer again. You normally want to slide this away from your dark side. My dark side is over here. So I'm going to put my finger down, slowly move it. As you see, you can look at it and see how it's affecting. Now, I already had this applied. But it can really take apart. Or if you're at the very beginning, it can be just what the doctor ordered. Alright, I'm going back and undo because I was at a point where I was really happy with what I had. Okay, those are my 3 main tips for today. I'll go over them again. First tip, liquefy. Push, twirl right, twirl left. Crystals reconstructing, I really like push, twirl right, twirl left. Okay, as far as for liquefy, I had fun with those. Next, Gaussian blur, hit the layer, hold your finger down, slide it across. Motion blur, hit the layer, slide it away from your dark side. If you're at the beginning of just putting paint down, it'll really change how things look. It softened my shadow just right. I'm just totally thrilled with how these 3 techniques enabled me to create this egg today. Now watch my process. I'm going to first make an oval. I'm going to use warp to make the oval look like an egg shape. Then I'm going to pick a variety of brushes to lay down some light washes first. Then I start with my opaque Easter colors. I have a very, very colorful palette. I'm going to use all different kinds of strokes, splatters, dots, cloud shapes until I've covered my whole egg. Underneath the egg, I have another layer which defines my light and my dark sides. The dark is the right. I'm going to have a highlight coming off of that right. I'm going to show you one of my layers, my under layers, and now if you look closely you will see that I have used push, Gaussian blur, and also my other blur. Now I'm going back over top, just ever so lightly adding highlights and some other very subtle strokes to redefine my egg. I like working with what happens after I use some of those 3 techniques and trying to pull some shapes out. I've started to put down my shadow underneath and I'm going to blur that. And now I'm going to mix it up with some varied backgrounds to see which one looks the best. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you will try to use these various techniques and that you will be successful creating your marbleized Easter egg.